Okay, so apparently, based on my latest non-scientific sampling of a very small group of people on my poll, y'all want to know about home time. Um, Now, home time is something that all truck drivers strive for. That's the whole point of why we're out on the road, so that we can make enough money to enjoy their time at home. Um, Now, with most jobs, when you go home from work, you don't have to worry about work. It stays at work. You go home, you relax, you focus on family and that kind of stuff. Um, and that constitutes a job. Trucking isn't a job. Trucking is a lifestyle. It changes your entire mental process, even when it comes to home time. Because when you go home, you have to focus on the things that you weren't able to do out on the road while working, and you also have to try and squeeze in as much family time and relaxing as you possibly can. Okay, so it is a bit of chaos and requires a bit of planning, but with the appropriate amount of planning and lists and scheduling, it can actually be very fulfilling. Now, the company I work for, they reward you each week out. You earn 1 day off. So I could, and the policy is I could go home every 2 weeks, but that would only give me 2 days off, and that would make every other paycheck short, because anytime I go home, I'm not making as much that week, so that's a smaller paycheck. And I need more than 2 days. So my choice is to go 4 or 5 weeks. That is not the company's forcing me to do it. That is my decision to do it. That means I only have one short paycheck a month, which means everything else can be, all of the bills can be handled and paid. And that gives me a good solid 4 days at home, which gives me plenty of time to do everything that I need to do and still have some time to relax. Okay. Now, when I get out of the truck, okay, let me back up. Before I go home, 2 weeks before I go home, I'm scheduling all the appointments that I need to schedule when I'm home. My dog has to go to the groomer every 2 or 3 months. I have to see my doctor every month or two. Well, no, not every month. Maybe every 2 or 3 months myself, unless I've got specialists that I have to see, because I'm not a spring chicken. My body's aging, and there's certain things that I have to take care of. So about 2 weeks before I go home, I make sure to get all those appointments scheduled. Now, I scheduled the dog's appointment for her health and grooming on the same day as mine. So I can just drop her off to her appointments and go do mine, and then pick her up when I'm done with my appointments. And if my husband needs appointments or the kids needs appointments, we try to schedule everything all on the same day. Make a whole day out of it. We plan a lunch break out together, but it turns into a family outing because it just has to get done. So that's what I do about 2 weeks beforehand. Now, I try to schedule my home time a day or two before those appointments, because things happen. Weather happens, traffic. I could get delayed. So once I've scheduled those appointments, I make sure that I'm going to be home at least the day or two before I get there. Okay. Now, 1 week before my home time, I go through my meds and figure out what I need refills on, and I go onto the pharmacy's website and request those refills, so that when they do get home, when I do get home, they're ready for me to just go pick up. Again, that's something that I do on my appointment days. Okay, and before I go home, I'm making a list of things that I need to do while home, things that need to come out of the truck, things that need to come back to the truck. And yes, sometimes there are things that are on both of those, that have to leave the truck and have to come back to the truck. Okay, but I have a checklist on my phone. I do lists big time, but I have a checklist on my phone of the regular stuff, and I just move it back and forth. Okay, now when I get home, I have to pull out of my truck everything that I'm going to need while I'm home. Now, I live in the truck. but there are certain things that I cannot do in the truck that I have to do at home. Now, for example, laundry. I do my laundry at home because I have, there are laundry facilities out on the road, but I have allergies to most laundry detergents, which means I can't use laundromats because I don't know what soaps were used in those machines. So I have to do my laundry at home. So I have to bag up all of my laundry to take home to run through the machines at home. My electronics, my laptop, my GPS, my tablet, my cell phone, all of those and all of their peripheral chargers have to go home with me because I use the home's Wi-Fi for software updates. Every time I'm home, I update all of my electronics. I know that you're supposed to do them every week, but mine doesn't hit the internet as often as most home computers do. So once a month is fine. I haven't had any issues with it by doing it monthly. And the other thing is I have to pull out my meds out of the truck so that when I do get my prescriptions refilled, I can put everything in the tray and get everything organized. Plus I have to inventory all the things that I use out on the road to find out if I need to refill them, like my Q-tips, my soaps, shampoos, that kind of stuff. So when I come out of the truck, it's a pretty extensive move. My husband drops the seats in the van, and we fill up the layer. I got to bring out my bedding, my sheets, like I said, my clothes, the dog, all of the dog stuff, the food, the water, her bowls. So that's quite a process, and it takes about 20 minutes to get everything from the truck into the car, and that's with me what I call tossing and my husband catching. I put it up on the seat, on the driver's seat, and he pulls it out of the truck and puts it into the car. And that process could probably go faster if I packed before I got home, but generally I'm in too much of a hurry to get home that I don't want to stop and take the time to pack. So I do it when I'm at my home truck stop. Okay, and then I go home, and then we have our appointment day. We have any, I try to do at least one home improvement project while I'm home because my husband's home with 2 little babies. That's hard for him to handle on his own. So, for example, last time I was home, we built a bunk bed and replaced blinds. So I try to do at least one big home improvement project with my husband so that I'm there to help him with it. And any holidays that are coming up in the next month, we decide how we're going to celebrate them. We moved Valentine's Day, we moved the baby's birthday. Don't tell her, it was a day off for hers. We moved my husband's birthday, we moved anniversary, we moved Christmas, we moved Thanksgiving. It's not unusual. We move it to where I'm home and that we can enjoy it. So we take one day for holidays. And at one point we had, let's see, this was during the pandemic, we had, in June last year, we had 5 holidays, celebrating one holiday or on one day. So for us, it's something we've always done because of my career, which isn't just a career, it's a lifestyle. Okay, and then after my 4 days of chaos at home, where I tried to get everything done and still have some time to unwind, because that's what home time is for, is to unwind and prep to go back into the truck. Then we load everything back up again, me throwing, my husband catching. I put everything at the top step of the porch. He pulls it from the porch to the car, and we go through the checklist and get everything to the truck, load everything back up into the truck. He heads home, and about 5 minutes later he usually gets a phone call or a text message, hey, I forgot. It happens almost every single time, but I go through the checklist again when I'm in the truck because, for example, last time I forgot my Bluetooth headset, which if I drive a truck without a Bluetooth headset and I'm talking on the phone, that is a $750 fine. Yeah, the Bluetooth headset is an important tool. So anyway, that's Hometime Chaos. Like I said, it's chaotic. Y'all are weird for wanting it, but okay, there you go. Talk at you later. Bye.